But at any rate, welcome everybody. Whoever's watching this now live on Twitch will be live for a little bit, checking out everything related to this PTB. And anyone that watches this on YouTube, thank you so much for checking it out. We're checking out the Ringu PTB, which is now available on Steam on the the public test build. And we're gonna be checking out the new killer, the new survivor. There's no new map, but everything else we're gonna be showing. Now, we had a look at the perks and the power very quickly, but let me show them to you. By doing this, I think we'll see the level 3 values, which is really nice. The first one is a Scorch Hook. Much like every Scorch Hook perk, it creates 4 white hooks randomly around the map. They're never in the basement, they're always outside. If you pair it with other Scorch Hooks, it doesn't create extra. There's always 4. And it will trigger at the same time as the others if you have other Scorch Hooks. This one's interesting. It doesn't do anything when you hook a survivor on the white hook. Instead, it happens after they are unhooked. After they are unhooked, the auras of everyone other than them are revealed to you for 7 seconds. I think this perk is actually really strong. Survivors do control it a little bit, but they might not even realize that it's there. They don't have any visual indicator unless they have some kind of cheeky perk to know. So I think it's a quiet strong perk, much like Barbecue, Bitter Murmur, and so on. And the idea behind this, I think, is you pair this with Pain Resonance, you hook someone, you get a lot of information and regression, and when they get unhooked, you now have a bit of help for 7 seconds in chase. I think that's pretty great. I think that's pretty crazy. On a nurse, I imagine this will be super strong. Seeing where everybody is for 7 seconds is almost like Retribution, and you can do it multiple times per game. It's so strong. I think it's really good. It might not really help too much for killers that are already struggling, but on the strongest killers, I imagine this will be very strong. Yeah, Huntress, Oni can benefit from it a little bit, perhaps. Blight, things with mobility or that can use the auto reading really well. This might be my favorite of all of them. The next one is quite interesting. It's called Call of Brine, and it's basically like a manual ruin. After you kick a generator, this perk works on it for 60 seconds, and as far as we understand it, it can work on multiple generators at the time, so there's no cooldown to it, and during that whole minute, the generator regresses at twice the usual speed. So normally, if a survivor does 10 seconds on a generator worth of progress, it would take 40 seconds, so 4 times as much to regress that. That's a very long time. That's why kicking gens is typically not worth it. If you have Ruin, it only takes 20 seconds for those 10 seconds worth of progress to go back. So with this, it's like almost having Ruin for your kicks, but it's not a hex. And you can use it with Pop, you can use it with Eruption, you can use it with Oppression, you can use it with a lot of other stuff, which makes it, I think, a very decent perk, at least. It's not bad, really. The 200% regression, I think, is quite valuable. And perhaps the most radical perk yet is Merciless Storm. I'll need to read it out for you, hold up. Or hide my camera real quick. So Merciless Storm activates when a generator is at 90%. Much like Tinkerer, it's always at 90% at a fixed point. And then it begins to give the survivor skill checks for the last 10% of a generator. And presumably, if there are multiple survivors, they all have this. If they miss or leave, then the gen gets blocked for 20 seconds, and this can happen once to every generator in the trial, and there's 7 of them, so this theoretically could trigger up to 7 times. That doesn't seem so bad. In fact, I'm not even sure it's super strong, because if good survivors can hit skill checks, this shouldn't be a big deal. But then you think, with other perks that give you information, like Tinkerer, presumably survivors could be completely interrupted by the killer. And then it would be like a free 20 seconds of generator being blocked. So I'm really not sure how to feel about this one. It's kind of crazy. No, unfortunately, Call of Brine will not stack with Ruin, because if there is Ruin, you cannot kick gens. So Call of Brine and Ruin will never be able to be used at the same time, much like Pop and Ruin. So that's it for the killer perks. Overall, I think they're good, though we need to maybe see some of the finer details. Let's have a quick look at the survivor ones super fast. The new survivor is Shuichi Asakawa, and his perks are as follows. The first one is called Parental Guidance, and it's pretty much a better Poised and a better Yunjin's perk Anything that removes scratch marks that we've had before, I think this perk is a bit of an improvement. Anytime you stun the killer, you leave no pools of blood, you make no noise when injured, self-preservation, thank you, and you leave no scratch marks. So this is useful if you're healthy, but even more useful if you're injured. And this lasts for 10 seconds after any stun. I think this is pretty good. If you have decisive and you hit the killer, let's say it's a nurse, it's a pretty strong thing that when she looks around, she's not going to see blood, scratch marks, and hear you through walls. This also happens presumably when you stun the killer with a pallet, when you stun the killer with head-on, so you could head-on and just disappear with this, which is a big improvement over Dance With Me and other similar perks. So I think this perk is interesting and has some synergy with other perks. I kind of like it, and I think it will be a fun, if not meta perk. Then we have Empathetic Connection, which might disappoint some people. This is just an information perk. It seems like the kind of perk that you put on to help you when you're new or to help others when they are new. Not so much a useful perk when you're in a team. Basically, when another person is injured, they see you. So it's like a reverse empathy. With empathy, you see injured people. With this perk, injured people see you over a range of 96 meters, which is basically the whole map. There's also the small buff to healing speed, which is 10% faster, which will save, you know, like less than 2 seconds. Not on like an average heal. Not a crazy deal, but hey, not too bad. I think it's a nice way if you have other perks to stack them with this and let people know, hey, I am the healer, you're injured, come to me, I can heal you quickly because I got a medkit, I've got this, I've got body knowledge, I've got whatever. So if you keep it in a build like that, I think it's useful. Even if they don't come to heal, to get healed, they might see you on a gen and find you and do the gen with you instead of being lost or instead of bringing the killer towards you. So even though it's not a super meta-defining perk, I think it's cute. I like it personally. I think it's alright. Please tell me what you think about it. This, however, might be the more controversial perk and one that I don't know how to feel about. It's a boon perk, so it works exactly like any other boon. You find a dole or a hex totem and you bless it, and all of the boons that you have are applied to that 24-meter diameter, which goes infinitely upwards and downwards and has a 24-meter diameter around. So the effect of Boon Dark Theory is kind of insane, in my opinion. This one makes survivors 2% faster, and that doesn't sound like a lot, and it's really not a lot by itself, but when you pair this with other boon totems that are strong in maps where boon totems are good, and there's a few, I feel like it's going to be very annoying, especially if you're a killer that's kind of new and doesn't track and path survivors super accurately, or if you're one of the killers that's a little bit slower. I feel like this is going to be really painful sometimes, and you will just get destroyed, and then afterwards you'll find out that this perk was helping them the whole time. That's my early impressions of the perk, however, so please don't let me sway your opinion. And with that, now we need to talk about the killer's power. Let me show you it. So we took a picture of the killer's power right here. We can also press F1 to see it. She is a normal movement speed killer with a normal terror radius, and she is short. And the power is right here. We actually have a screenshot to show you. Her power is called Deluge of Fear, and the way I understand it, it's a bit similar to Wraith, even Old Freddy. She is invisible from afar, moves around the map, and then she has to come out of cloaking, come out of her unmanifested status to become manifested, and then she can attack survivors. She is invisible from a distance, then becomes partially visible, much like Old Freddy, and then she becomes permanently visible when she uncloaks, when she reveals herself. So we need to see how fast she is and whether you can do like surprise attacks out of this. And there is an ongoing status effect building up on the survivors called Condemned. And anytime you teleport to one of the TVs that appears around the map, survivors that are nearby get condemned more and more and more. And much like Devour Hope, this is a thing that can eventually get them killed. So they need to strategically turn off the TVs to to get rid of condemned status effect, and that is something that's really hard to wrap my head around. So I think what Nina and I are gonna do, we're gonna go into a private game right now and get a feel for the killer, get a feel for how she moves and how this condemned thing works, and we're gonna show you it. Let's jump into it, Nina. Right, so as we explained, I don't think there is a map with this killer either right now or planned, so we're just gonna be playing on an old map. Oh, okay. So I guess this is what it looks like when you're not manifested. I can't really tell, but it looks like I'm maybe a bit faster than usual. I'm going to manifest now. Wow. See? Oh, yeah, you become... When your hands are blinking, I think that means they don't see you. Now that they don't blink, that means I am fully visible. I'm going to the manifest again. Okay, so if I try to attack, it literally doesn't do anything. These are the TBs that I can teleport to. This is the hatch, let's ignore that. So Nina, do you want to follow me to this TB and see what happens when I come out of it? I will project to this one. Okay. Okay, so now she is more cursed, more condemned. And eventually, if you do this enough, they can be moored on the spot. And they need to fight this by turning off TVs across the map. Alright, so... I should now be invisible to Nina. Oh wait, you can start the chase! Like this. What? That's her attack? You're kidding. What? What does that look like? Chase music though. Right, so it doesn't seem to me like her ability is very chase-oriented. So this might be a killer a bit like Wraith, a bit like Freddy, where it's more about just controlling the map. Ooh, these animations though. Right. So Nina, how confusing is it if I demanifest like this? You don't lose speed while manifesting, by the way, unlike Wraith. She's 115 normal speed killer. Nice. Alright, let's see what it looks like when we pick up a super. Oh! Whoa, that's the coolest pickup animation yet. Whoa. That is cool, dude. Alright, obviously we can't hook her or else the game would be over, but maybe we can let her... I'm guessing I'm carrying her behind me. Nina, you want to show us what it looks like when she gets stunned and when she finds someone in the locker? Oh, poor Yoichi looks really sad. Right. Oh, those sound effects are cool. Oh, I like that. We've already seen the vault. It's really cool. All right, let's open an empty locker. Nothing. Oh my god, that is really, really good. Really, really good. Oh my god, that's... I didn't expect it, honestly. Oh, this takes me back to the Pinhead DLC. The animations were so good. Oh, that's wonderful. Okay. We really don't know what it's like. Oh. So she's retrieving the VHS. And when she has a VHS, I think she needs to go to some other TV to put it in. And that is the one thing that reduces condemn. So if you come out of a TV, you immediately come out manifested. Right? It doesn't really seem like she's much faster when she's in the ethereal plane or whatever. I wonder what is the point of doing this? Just so that you can be sneaky, I suppose. Then again, she doesn't seem to have any cooldown on teleport, unlike Freddy, so... I imagine that while she might not be, like, super terribly effective... Ooh, that feels fast. While super effective, she might actually have a bit of map presence, since she can just appear everywhere, kinda. She does look very fast because she's very short. She's kind of like Hag, I've noticed. Oh, right. When I teleport to a TB, I turn it off, however. And I can no longer teleport to it, I've noticed. See, now I can't teleport to it anymore. So maybe if I teleport to a TB like this, and I don't hit survivors that are next to it, don't forget, survivors build up condemned by being close to TBs. Yeah, and maybe that's a bad play from us? Either way, we'll find out. This is kind of cool though. How do you turn a TB back on? I believe they have to do that once they pick up the tape from one of the other TBs, and that's how they fight the condemned. I imagine that the condemned is a little bit like the pig or reverse bear traps. It's something that they can die to if they're not careful, but they shouldn't. It's more like a slowdown than an actual threat. Whoa, dude. Sound and animation are both so on point. Right, guys. I really like the M1 as well. Do you guys want to see the Mori? I can hide my camera so you guys can see it properly. Let's do it. I think we've shown almost everything. I really like the attack. So cute. Alright, let's do it. Oh! Yo! Yo, what the heck? Oh... Okay, dude. That one was simple, but at the same time so unsettling, huh? Oh god. That was a bit painful to watch. Ooh. Oh. Damn. Oh, that was kind of spooky, chat. Hold me, please. Alright. We can have a minute to check out her add-ons real quick. Now that we understand how her power works in a very basic way, right? Right, let's start with the brown ones. This is an add-on that's just for that event. Just ignore it. So this is the videotape copy. A copy of the deadly videotape imprinted upon by Sadako. It dampens the desire for vengeance. Projection does not inflict condemn to nearby survivors. Okay, this is the meme add-on, guys. This is the meme add-on. It basically makes it so that your power doesn't do half of what it does. But you get extra ball points. Moving on. Old newspaper. It tells of a local woman who predicted a volcanic eruption, evidence used to initially find Sadako. Or Sadako. Increases the manifestation invisibility duration by 33%. Mother's mirror. Increases the manifestation intermittent visibility duration by 2 seconds. So again, this is just to be harder. And we can play as a survivor a little bit just to see what it's like when we get chased. Decreases the time it takes for TB to turn on after projection by 12 seconds. Ah, so TBs don't stay off forever. They eventually turn back on. And with this add-on, they come back 12 seconds earlier. Well, that seems like a big duration for a brown one. Not bad. Yorichi's fishing net. Decreases the time it takes for survivors to gain condemned by 20% when holding a tape. Oh, so anytime they have a tape, they need to go to other TBs to spread it and get rid of the condemned on themselves. But apparently, if they hold it for a long time, they eventually get more and more condemned, and this beats that up. Alright, that's something that we had missed. The Well Stone. A piece of well where Sadako was trapped. An image burned into the mind of all of those who have watched the tape. Decrease the time it takes for a TB to turn on after being turned off by a survivor by 6 seconds. Similar idea as before, but this time not when you teleport, but rather when they turn it off. So you have more more availability to teleport to any TB that they themselves turn off a little bit quicker. That's good. Sea-soaked cloth. The hood worn by the mysterious figure in the tape makes those near it unable to trust what they see. While survivors are within 8 meters of a power TP, they are afflicted by the blindness status effect. This effect lingers on for 7 seconds after the turn is turned off. Okay. Blindness, not a big deal right now, but we're at yellow. It might be an okay add-on. Reiko's watch. The watch that Reiko left her son Yoichi. That's the mother of the survivor. A distracting and constant reminder of one's impending doom. Increases the invisibility duration while demanifested by 50%. So you're harder to see when you come out of the cloaking, if you will. Clump of hair. Once beautiful and long, Sadako now hides behind her ragged, matted locks. Decreases the range at which the Onryo is visible while demanifested by 6 meters. So I think it goes from 32 to down 6, 26, right? Water from the well where Sadako was left to die. Murky and black, it obscures everything around it. Increases the duration of undetectable status effect by 2 seconds when manifesting by any means. Oh. Wait a minute. So that means that when you manifest, you stay undetectable for 2 extra seconds. A bit like the brown ghost add-on on Wraith. Okay. I think I understand that. Ring drawing. Condemned survivors spread condemned to other survivors who complete healing action on them. Oh, that's kind of interesting. That is, okay. Imagine this. You leave a survivor on the ground and they don't have unbreakable. They can't pick themselves up. And you know that people around them have a lot of condemned. You can just slug them, and if they get picked up, that's a complete healing action. Bam, you spread it out. Ooh, that's interesting. Rickety pinwheel. A pinwheel found in the caves of Izu Oshima. That's the area, I believe it happened. It spins even when there's no wind. While survivors are within 8 meters of a power TB, they are afflicted by the oblivious status effect. That is probably significantly better than the other one. That made them blind. Mother's Calm. The calm Sadako's mother used in the tape. Sadako's psychic abilities are enhanced when she focuses on it. Reveals the yellow aura of any TB that is turned off by any means. Basically lets you know a survivor was there a few seconds ago. Bloody fingernail. Sadako's bloody fingernails, lost as she tried to claw her way out of the well. Evidence of her single-minded need to kill. Increase the duration of projection bonus movement speed. Okay, I'm not crazy. When you come out of a TB, you are faster for a little bit. So that might actually be one of the ways you get hits. And you have some chase potential. Okay, that's interesting. VCR. The original VCR that played Sadako's tape. It is still warm to the touch. All TBs play the projection effects when the Onryo projects on a TB. Oh, this is like the Nightmares class photo. So when you teleport to a TB, that TB plays an animation of you coming out. But with this add-on, all TBs play the same animation. So any survivor anywhere close to a TB thinks or may think that you are coming out of that specific one, even though you only come out of one. That's interesting. That seems quite strong. This with Deadmans? Yeah, of course. Just to scare survivors off and trigger effects. That's really nice. The telephone. After watching the video, victims receive a phone call. They are frozen in fear as they realize they have 7 days to live. Manifestation afflicts survivors with 7 meters with the hinder status for 3 seconds. I don't know what hindered really entails. I don't know if it's 5 or 15%. But if it's 15, that's pretty damn good. And probably helps with the speed boost. Not bad. Not bad. It might really have to do a lot, this killer, with you predicting when survivors are near TBs, teleporting to those TBs, and the survivors being kind of smart and avoiding them. Tape editing deck. The editing deck used by Reiko and Ryuji to analyze and copy the tape. Copying and sharing the tape is the only way to survive the curse. Each survivor starts a trial with the tape in their possession, and their target TB is the furthest from their location. Oh. So no, they don't need to get a tape first. They start with a tape. So they're already collecting curse, which is bad for them. But they can immediately go to the furthest point to get rid of it. So this gives you a bit of early game. Either they ignore it and they indulge in some risk, or they immediately try to go and get rid of it. Much like the pig's tape, yeah, where they need to make a decision early. I like it. Seems like an iridescent would be like this. Distorted photo. Those who have watched the tape find all photos of them distorted and a reminder of their impending doom. Survivors that witness manifestation from within 60 meters scream, revealing their locations for 4 seconds. That seems really nice, so that you teleport and you know immediately whether or not you've been successful and you actually caught someone. Because I don't know if you can see physically how condemned they are by just checking the HUD. Maybe not. Maybe only the survivors see it. We'll find out in a minute. Now for the iridescence, which we're going to take screenshots of because people are always interested in these. Remote control. A remote for the VCR at the cabin. It allows Sadako to focus on those enemies at a distance. After using projection, reveal the aura of survivors carrying a tape within 60 meters of any TB for 7 seconds of any TB. Okay. Interesting. Iridescent videotape. The original tape containing Sadako's curse. Hitting a survivor within 80 seconds of manifesting turns on the last 4 TBs turned off by projection. So this means that you can basically skip waiting a lot and teleport to places faster. It seems very out there, but maybe good once you know when to go and what to do. It's hard to gauge how strong it is, but at least it's interesting. Alright, we're gonna play just a tiny bit of Survivor now, just to see what it looks like from the other side, okay? Let's jump into that. Oh! She's gone, chat! Okay, so no scratch marks. No whatever. And the perk tells you. That's good. That's parental guidance. Ooh. Okay, let's take a hit. Wow. That's kind of spooky. Nina, can you teleport to some TVs and see what happens when I get condemned? Can you teleport to that one, maybe? Okay. Oh, the killer doesn't see it, but you see it. It's like Trickster. Very much like Trickster. You have a condemned progress bar. Can you now manifest on that one? You cannot? Alright. Uh-oh. Oh, I need to go there to remove the condemned. Ah! But the more I hold the tape, the more I get condemned myself, right? How does it work? I don't see it progress. Oh wait, it is progressing. Just maybe very slowly. Do you see my HUD? Oh my god. Yeah, it is progressing. Anytime you have the tape, you need to spread it out by putting it on the TV that requires it. So it's like finding the box for Jigsaw. Yeah. Yeah, it's like big boxes. It's very similar. But I actually want to see what happens when I fail. I don't want to actually succeed. Like, if I go here, it should say something like, copy the tape or insert the tape or something. But we're not going to do it. I want to die. Insert tape? Nope. Okay, Ninu, could you just manifest and demanifest and chase us a little bit? I want to see what it's like. Oh god. Spooky. Okay, so now she's fully visible. Can you cloak up or something? And spook us? Okay, she's gone. Right, so it's a bit like spirit phasing, but she sees it physically in her screen when she's invisible. So it is a bit spooky. I wonder if the timer goes all up only outside of chase. Maybe. Maybe she can teleport to more TVs and mess with us. Oh god. Yep, now we're 2/3 of the way. Uh-oh. Can you keep doing that? Oh god. Oh god, now we're so close, damn. Alright, let's see what happens when we hit the maximum condemned. You guys want to see the vault animation? Nina, why don't you break this pallet for us? Wow, you can hear it very clearly. Maybe we can find the window here so she can follow us? Alright, well, maybe she can teleport one more time on that TV upstairs. And if you're anywhere near, bam. Now I'm fully condemned. And presumably she can kill me. Let's find out how that works. Ooh. Help me. Help. Wow, so there is a different Mori. It's like Pyramid Head, it's like 2 seconds. Quick stare of death. Oh, so there is an advantage to doing that. Wow, okay. Whoa, I just kicked the bucket mega fast. Alright. Well, Theo, in theory, this killer has a lot of stuff going for it. In practice, we don't really know how it works just yet. And there might be little things that we haven't figured that out. So over the next few hours, we're going to be doing that with Nina and with other friends. And we'll try to figure out what kind of synergies, which of the many add-ons work best and whatnot. And we'll be telling you all about it. But that's going to be all for the quick recap. So if you want to say goodbye to YouTube, chat, now is your time. Don't worry, we'll have pop-ups explaining all the perks and absolutely everything in just a hot minute. If you're watching this on YouTube, obviously you've already seen it. But if you stop by the stream, we'll have it all available super quick. So it's super easy to see. But yeah, this is the power. if you wanted to grab a screenshot, and the perks we're going to show in just a hot minute. Thanks so much for having watched and share this with me. That was special.